All right. Test.
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 I think around Nick's home they have a flag at half mast.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or Matthew Perry, best known for playing Chandler Bing on Friends. 54 years of age, died this just past weekend. I think they said cardiac arrest, and they found him drowned in his jacuzzi at home. I think they're still trying to figure out what happened. Did not appear to be foul played. I don't think there were drugs necessarily.
They said
they didn't find anything in his system. Yeah.
Okay.
Or around the house.
Okay, well that's good. A poor man battled addiction for many years, and but certainly on the Friends series was one of the most popular characters, certainly. And for me, if Matthew Perry's not on Friends, I don't think it's as much of a hit as it was, honestly, because with his comedic talents, and he was very, he had a good physical comedy, good line delivery and everything. So
his facial with comedy, and just the way he didn't even say anything, right?
Yeah.
It was just simply of just, hell, I can't even do that. You're watching you, I can't do. Nobody could do what he did,
Yeah.
He was one of a kind. Sorry, I'm jumping.
No, please go ahead.
Thing there.
Continue.
But he was in fact a one of a kind comedic actor.
Mm-hmm.
What the imprint that he put upon I don't want to say society, maybe that's a little too heavy. He wasn't John F. Kennedy, but the imprint that he put upon pop culture. There you go, pop culture and television in general. I am a huge fan of the history of television, and he will live up there with Jackie Gleason. He will, or Art. Better yet, Art Carney, right? Like these side actors that stole the fucking show every time they're on. Kramer, Norm from Cheers, all of these actors that just ate up the fucking screen when they were on it, with not only their look and their presence, but like the way they delivered jokes. Like you could tell that guy, strategically, like every syllable and the way he said every line was thought out meticulously.
Yeah.
To be brought to what we got to see. So, I mean, there's never going to be another Norm. There's never going to be another, Art Carney, and there's never going to be another, Matthew Perry, Chandler Bing. It's very sad. I know a lot of the fans and stuff, they have that kind of sigh of relief when they find that it's not foul play or that it's not, an overdose, that it's just apparently an unfortunate, heart attack or cardiac arrest, whatever you want to call it. It's very sad. I know, I haven't seen this outcry of sadness amongst like just people on like Twitter and Facebook for like one person that, wasn't, like family or like a president or whatever. Like it was incredible to see. And I want to give a shout out to Robin, my sister, Nick's wife, who at the moment you're not sure whether to laugh or cry, but you think about like a guy like this and he would love posts like this. And she said, as soon as it happened, could I be more sad?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
So I'll leave it with that.
Yeah, Nick, obviously you've talked about it many times on this show and otherwise, that you guys watch Friends almost every day. It's kind of your wind down show. So certainly you're a fan. What are your thoughts on Matthew Perry?
Yeah. For me, it's kind of strange because when Friends came out, I was like 6 or 7 years old. I remember watching the pilot. I remember watching it. I watched it as it started. Yeah. I watched it all, and it was kind of
right after Barney.
Friends was my introduction to comedy in an adult sense, like something that's not just funny to kids or cartoons or whatever. And what Matthew Perry did with the character Chandler Bing, immediately he was the funniest character to me, just with his dry sense of humor, his sarcasm, and like you said, with the line delivery and his timing and everything. He was always my favorite character as a kid, and like you said, he definitely battled he had his struggles with addiction and drinking and things like that. Everything that I heard of Matthew Perry, even before he passed, is just what a wonderful man he was. How people could see that he was struggling, but he was always caring about other people and things like that. But his impact on me personally, I mean, like I said, he really introduced me to an adult sense of comedy, or something that is, I don't even know how to explain it. It's more than just telling a joke. It's not just the things you say. It's the way you say it. It's the portrayal or whatever, however you deliver a joke. And there was really nobody like him. There was, I watched all like the special features on all the Friends DVDs and stuff like that. And the creators talk so much about like all the different characters and how they really tried to encourage each of the actors to kind of sprinkle little pieces of themselves into the character, but they were like probably nobody more than Matthew Perry was. Chandler was Matthew Perry. Like there really wasn't much of a differentiation between the two. He really embodied, he brought himself into the character of Chandler Bing in many ways. And it's been hard to think. I don't know that I really like understand. I mean, Friends has been off the air since 2004, and all these characters, most of them, other than really Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox, most of them have largely been out of the limelight. You see one pop up here and there, but you just know that they're there, and it is a very sad thing to think that he's really gone. He meant a lot to me, and I mean, I was such a fan of the character that he played. I mean, I used to watch his movies, that he would be in and things like that. And
49 Yards was amazing.
It was good. I love Fools Rush In. It's just a fantastic movie still to this day. Serving Sarah, it wasn't one of the greater ones. There was one called Birds of America that came out in about, I want to say 2005, 2006. Fantastic indie movie. If you ever get a chance, watch Birds of America. He plays a guy that's, has his struggles with depression and things like that. Fantastic movie. He was a brilliant comedic actor, and he did such a masterful job of finding comedy in, whether you see some of the movies that he did, whether you see he found comedy in dark moments, or even as Chandler, he was always riddled with anxiety and afraid of commitment, and he had all these, things going on. He had all these weird little quirks about him, but he still, he found a way to sprinkle in comedy throughout some of the less desirable aspects of life, let's say. And I think maybe in a very raw sense, like without really realizing it, that's kind of what you pick up on, is there's something very real and relatable and human about characters like that, because that is life. Life is oftentimes, there's a lot of great, beautiful things in it. There's a lot of shitty, dark things in it too. And if you can find the comedy in all of those things throughout the way, I think you're better off for it. And that's, maybe going a little bit deep there, but I just, my heart hurts for Matthew Perry, because like I know that he struggled a lot in his life, but he brought so much joy to other people. And I am really grateful that they were able to do that little get together with all the cast members before, any one of them were gone. So, he was definitely greatly missed and very impactful, in my life. So, rest in peace to Matthew Perry. So
real quick, what you just said there, Nick, that's one thing that I picked up on watching Friends was, that's why he was my favorite character, not just because he had the funniest lines, but because I got where he was coming from. That's how, from a young age to now, that's how I deal with my anxiety, my whatever shit that I deal with in real life. I do it through jokes.
Yeah,
I make everything a fucking joke, because it's easier than just going, holy shit, everything's crazy, we're all gonna die. you make jokes, and you get through it the best you can. And that's the way he did it, and that's what I saw in that character in myself. So yeah, you're right. That was a huge, like, until you said that, it kind of dawned and clicked on me. But yeah, I mean, it was a huge deal to see somebody as goofy as it was, but fuck, that's who I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a goofy fucker, but that's why. To see somebody that dealt with that the same way I did was something else. So
Right.
Yeah. Well said. One key difference, though, Nick, is that Matthew Perry was entertaining.
It was. And funny.
Yeah. No, but I get what you're saying, though, guys. I agree with you. I think of all the characters on that show, his character, I agree with you, was the most relatable to many people.
Yeah.
You talk. Yeah, someone put a video out there. I found myself getting sucked into it yesterday. They strung together. You probably found it on YouTube or something. I don't know, but I saw it on my Facebook. It wasn't a reel. It was like a 10-minute video. It was like in videos that someone put up there on a page or something. But they strung together the whole cycle of Chandler and Monica's love story. How they sort of got cool. Together, and they had the fling in London at her brother's wedding. And it was really, I was like, wow,
I'm going to do that for you two.
Sure, absolutely,
love story.
But it was, it was a very interesting arc, and the two of them really, it was some solid acting there. It really was. Mm-hmm. It made me pause and watch the thing because it was really nice. Yeah. It was obviously they had a happy ending and the whole thing. So, yeah, like I say, rest in peace. And Friends, it's just one of those rare series. There's not that many series I could think about that really has transcended and really picked up a whole new wave of viewers. If you think about that, there's not many that's been able to do that. Seinfeld and a couple other ones, but that's definitely one that people continue. Obviously. Yeah, obviously.
I mean, it is. It's almost as popular right now with kids in high school and stuff as it was at that time when it was on. Yeah. It is kind of crazy.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.